AT Park was electric the last two games as the Giants beat the defending American League champion Cleveland Indians in dramatic fashion, reminding the Giants faithful of all the good times in recent years. Tonight at the corner of 3rd and King, Madison Bumgarner takes the mound at home for the first time since mid-April. The Giants ace is back. It's game 1 of the series against the Padres. Next. After checking the last two games from Cleveland, the Giants are back here in their beautiful downtown home, 24 Willie Mays Plaza, to open a 4-game series with the San Diego Padres. Hello, everyone. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow and Amy G. Welcome to Giants Baseball. The Giants had a lot of good news the last couple of days, and now Bumgarner is on the mound tonight on Game of Thrones night. The throne is actually here. I saw you had your picture taken on that throne, just like you're in the show. You look just like a king, and I hope that you can live through that, because I know what happens to a lot of those kings in that show. So Bumgarner's on the mound tonight for the Giants, back in the mound where he has made a lot of history.
Well, and this is a start that all of the Bay Area is anticipating, and they have since April 19th. He made one start against these Padres last weekend. He pitched very well, 7 strong innings. The Giants did not win that game. So tonight, I think that he'll be playing and pitching in front of the hometown fans. Everybody's looking so forward to it for many reasons. But the biggest one is they owe the Padres. The Padres have been whooping on the Giants, and they won the last weekend series. So now they have their big man, Madison Bumgarner, on the hill. He looks to get them off on a good start here on this 4-game set.
Up against a Giants nemesis, too, Yolis Chacin going for San Diego. Now stay tuned, and we'll take you to the NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update right after these messages.
Hyundai Sportsnet Central, the Golden Gate Bridge, a beautiful day for the San Diego Padres to come to visit as the Giants and Padres with the first of 4. Dave Feldman, Tim Flannery, a guy that knows the Giants and the Padres as well as anybody. Flan, Mad Bum's going to make his second start since coming off the DL, his first at AT&T Park. What do you expect?
Well, we've got the California fire in the mountain everywhere, but now we're going to get to actually hear the fire on the mountain as he takes the mound tonight at AT&T. He's got to be excited to be back pitching at home against a club he's really familiar with, and it's crazy. This is the 31st time he's pitched against the San Diego Padres, and they have the highest ERA against him in the division, which you just wouldn't think of. But his last outing was really good. It was quality starts. It was 7 innings, 101 pitches. He walked a couple, struck out 5. But as you see, unless he hits the ball out of the ballpark multiple times, they aren't scoring runs for him.
10 total runs. They've lost all 5 of his starts. Bad luck? How do you account for it?
It's been a weird year for everybody down there, but for Bum especially. He hits those home runs opening day, pitches pretty well, and doesn't get a win. And they have not won any time that he started, but he has some nice quality starts. So tonight I'd like to see him pound the ball, go right after this club that has beaten the Giants 14 out of 19 times. They owe these San Diego Padres a little bit, and with fire on the mountain and Bum out there on the mound, I like the chances.
Madison Bumgarner looking for his first win of the season. When we come back, it will be the first pitch as the Giants and Padres in the first of 4. Beautiful day to be down there by the Ferry Building. Better to be watching baseball.
Beloved Giants, who took 2 out of 3 from the Indians. It was their first series win here at home since June 27th. And tonight they're going to welcome in the San Diego Padres for a 4-game set. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez. And hey, Denard Span stay hot at the plate. Over his last 28 games, the center fielder's hitting .333 with 4 home runs in that span. You got it. Yesterday, he hit his 7th home run of the season, made a pretty big splash. Literally, it is our BMW Drive. It is brought to you by your Bay Area BMW centers. 5th inning, here we go. Span launches his 4th career dinger into McCovey Cove. Very impressive. It comes off of Carlos Carrasco, and he brings the Giants within 1 run. It is the 75th splash hit here at AT&T Park. It's awesome. Hurry in today for exceptional offers or visit BayAreaBMW.com. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And Span joking with the media after the game said, hey, you guys thought you just got speed. He also had a double in yesterday's game, so speed and pop. It's a good combo for hopefully another W for your Giants tonight. Madison Bumgarner back on the hill. John and Mike have the call. Lineups, first pitch, it's all coming your way. Stay with us.
Now, the Giants are on the field.
Well, right now it's time for our Roundtable Key Ingredients, and they're brought to you by Roundtable Pizza and the Luau Park Pork Maui Zowie Pizza, topped with shredded Kahlua-style pork, bacon and ham, juicy pineapple, and their famous 3-cheese combination. Order one now, only at Roundtable, the last honest pizza. Number 1, Bumby Bum. That's right, all we expect him to do is go into this game deep, say like 7 innings and maybe more, and dominate, which is what he has done throughout his career. Number 2, smart base running. Giants can improve in that department. Number 3, lefties versus Jhoulys Chacín, the starter for the Padres tonight, and especially Span and Crawford lifetime against Chacín, hitting .304. Those are our Roundtable Key Ingredients.
The Padres batting order now with Pirela at second base, Caesar in center, Will Myers the slugger at first, Jabari Blash, he's been hot left field, Hunter Renfroe, he's been hot as well, and just coming back from the disabled list. In right field, Eric Ibar at short, Spangenberg at third, Torrens the catcher, and Chacín the pitcher, batting 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants, the veteran left-hander Madison Bumgarner, 6'5", 250 pounds, 27 years of age. Hard to believe he's still looking for his first win. but injuries will do that. This is his 6th start. He's 0-3 with a 3.18 ERA, but yet great numbers. Just 35 base runners allowed in 34 innings. Get this man some runs and let him do the rest.
I think the Giants may have taken the field a little bit early, so they're waiting for the word from the third base umpire, Corey Blazer, that it's time to play ball. So Pirela stands in. Bumgarner with the first pitch. And it's ball 1. .64 degrees. Very pleasant evening here at AT&T Park. And ball 2 off the outside. The sun is still shining off the hitter's backdrop in center field and the scoreboard complex above that. So not the best visibility for a hitter just yet, with the rest of the field covered in the dark shadows. That called strike. Doug Eddings is the home plate umpire. Pirela, 282 for the year with 4 home runs. And he doesn't have that many at bats. He actually has done really well. Along the left field line, medium deep, and Hernandez, 1 away.
Let's take a look at that defense the Giants will employ tonight behind Madison Bumgarner. It'll be Hernandez, Span, and Pence at your outfield with the best arm in left field. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield. Panik and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. John mentioned Doug Eddings, the plate umpire. He's a low ball guy with a big zone, pitcher's ump, and a good breaking ball guy. Hangs in there well on breaking balls.
Matt Caesar now, the former Cub. And he takes down and in. Caesar has 4 hits in 12 at bats against Bumgarner with a home run. We mentioned Eddings behind the plate, Las Diaz at first, Jeff Nelson, the crew chief, at second, Corey Blazer umpiring at third. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Caesar. Caesar, S-Z-C-Z-U-R. Sound it out.
Matt, eye chart.
That's a foul ball. 1-2. He got hold of one against Bumgarner, and it was a big fly at Petco Park on Saturday.
And this came at a 2-strike count, and it really sort of shocked everybody. And it was no cheap home run either. A second decker. Bumgarner gave up 2 home runs in that ball game, both at 2-strike counts.
And that misses down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bumgarner gave up that home run to Caesar in the 3rd inning. The Giants had a 2-0 lead at the time. That was the first hit allowed by Bumgarner in that game. And that is off for Caesar this time. 2 down.
Once you take Madison Bumgarner deep and hit a home run off him, it's become personal, and I think he wanted that strikeout. That was the line from Bumgarner. It was outstanding. Just 6 base runners allowed in 7 strong innings at 102 pitches. 5 strikeouts, but 2 of those hits were long balls, and it cost him 3 runs.
He only faced 1 hitter with a runner in scoring position in those 7 innings. That's how dominant he was. And that's in there for a strike to Will Myers. But that's the long ball. The long ball is sort of the equalizer.
Yeah, it really is.
Instant runs. That's why managers like him. That is hit well, but with topspin and Hernandez. 3 up, 3 down, an 11-pitch inning for Bumgarner. Span, Nunez, and Bell coming up with the Giants. against Yolis Chacin from AT&T Park. Let's take a look at the Giants batting order now, sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Bernard Span leads off center field. Eduardo Nunez third base. Brandon Belt at first. Buster Posey, yesterday's hero, with the pinch hit 2-run double with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the last of the 8th. He's catching back in the lineup. Buster is hitting .400 in his last 6 games. Brandon Crawford at short. Hunter Pence in right. Panic back in at second. Gorkis Hernandez in left, and Madison Bumgarner batting 9th.
On the hill tonight for the San Diego Padres will be the right-handed veteran Yolis Chacin. Chacin is 29 years of age. He's in his 7th year at the big league level. This is what he has done in 19 starts. Solid season for the Padres, 8-7 with a 4.33 ERA. And with Chacin, you're going to see a fastball that can go low to mid-90s. Got a big curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he'll throw them all. He's got a good command of both sides of the plate with all his specialty pitches as well. And lifetime against the Giants, 7-6 with a 3.40 ERA.
One ball, one strike to Bernard Span. Span hit another ball into the water yesterday. He's hit 4 in his 2 years with the Giants into San Francisco Bay. And that's 2-1 now.
Well, I don't know if he ever goes up there thinking that he's going to hit one or he's trying to hit one. I mean, with Bonds, I mean, you felt that he was trying to do it. He did it 35 times.
Pirela, and there's one away.
Let's take a look at the Padres defensively behind Yolis Chacin tonight, starting the Padres outfield from left to right. It'll be Glash, Caesar, and Renfroe. Good arms on the corners. Ibar and Spangenberg on the left side of the infield. Pirela and Myers on the right side. And Luis Torrens, he'll be in the squad, putting down the sides.
1 out, nobody on. Eduardo Nunez. His batting average, .297, a .322 on base with 4 home runs. Just off the outside from Chacin. Giants have always been at a disadvantage against Chacin for whatever reason. And that one with some sinking action to it. Top foul, 92 miles an hour. Chacin versus the Giants has a 3.4 career earned run average in 17 starts and 1 relief appearance. And has beaten the Giants 2 times this year. Back to the screen. Look who's here, Mike.
Well, it's Leo DeRocher and Snot Rocket. You never know who or what you're going to see at the yard on Game of Thrones night here at AT&T.
And look at that, Leo's making a video. Off the inside. There's a new book out about Leo DeRocher, and Marty Lurie tells us it's a really great book. Here's Myers, and he'll take it himself. And Nunez is out number 2.
Well, Leo DeRocher was with the Cubs organization when I came up in the minor leagues, and he was awesome. We all loved him, and he was just so supportive, and he made you all believe that you had a chance to get to the big leagues. And he had a way of pumping you up. I could see how he could be a manager and a great one.
He was the Giants manager when Willie Mays first came to the big leagues. And he really was right away convinced that Willie Mays was going to be a great player. Not just a really good player, but a great player. Nobody at third base now. And Belt, but he didn't get it past the pitcher. And the inning is over. So he's still working on that bunt. We're going to the second, no score.
with items from Majestic Athletic, Liquid Blue, and New Era Cap. The Giants dugout store will have something for all fans from AT&T Park to Westeros. Now available at the AT&T Park Giants dugout store only.
Madison Bumgarner to work in the second inning to the red-hot Jabari Blash, and that's ball one. And I'm really not into this kind of stuff, Mike. I wouldn't be caught dead in this kind of stuff.
You got to get into it. It's good. It's fun and it's good, and I love the fact that the Giants have gotten into it. Hunter Pence, in particular, he and his wife Alexis, they have really had fun. There's Khaleesi, or otherwise known as Alexis Pence from the House of Pence.
Right center field deep. That one is still going. Pence is going to have to track it down just to bounce up to the 421 marker, and Blash only gets a double out of it, and the Giants will consider themselves fortunate that that's all he got.
Now, since he has come back up to the big leagues, he has been on fire, and you can see just by watching this approach. Now, you can't hit the ball any harder to right center field and not get a home run, but it's the swing that's impressive. He's a tall man at 6'5". He's got long arms, and what he has done is learned how to hit the inside pitch. They set an outside target. This goes middle in. He stays down with an inside out swing, and he gets completely extended through it. That's a beautiful swing right there.
Since he was brought back from the minor leagues, and that was a week ago tomorrow, well, last Friday, first game after the All-Star break against the Giants, he's had 11 hits and 21 at bats now since his return. They brought him back because he'd gotten so hot in AAA with the El Paso team. Here's Hunter Renfroe, just back from the disabled list in his rookie season. 16 home runs. First round draft choice out of Mississippi State. So the young Padres had his grounded foul.
Well, the point you make about Jabari Blash, when we saw him in San Diego, he was hitting 103. I mean, that's the first game they brought him back. Well, now after that swing of the bat, he's hitting 280. Gives you an idea how hot he has been, but with power numbers.
He was 3 for 29, and I mean that looks bad. Looks like a pitcher's batting average. That ball is hit deep to left down the line, and it is gone. So Blash with a booming double out near the 421 marker, and Renfroe follows it with a home run down the left field line. 2-0 Padres.
Well, they're the power combination that the Padres have such high hopes for. Blash and Renfroe. Take a look at where the pitch was. Looks like a hanging breaking ball. And right there inside corner at the belt. Stays inside it beautifully.
This one is a pop fly shallow center. Panic out, and it is Span who gets there. And Ibar is the first out of the inning. Well, another curveball, a hard curveball, 79 miles an hour, but the 2 home runs in San Diego last Saturday night were on curveballs. And now Hunter Renfroe gets hold of one, and Renfroe, that's his second home run in 8 at bats versus Bumgarner. He's now 5 for 8 against him. 2 homers, 2 doubles. Here's Spangenberg. He had a pretty big rip at that one, and it's back into the second deck. 0-1. Spangenberg hitting .262 with 7 home runs and a .302 on base average. So he's a very aggressive swinger, and that is high in the air and foul off the third base side.
Last fastball at 90 miles an hour, and for Bumgarner, he's going to cruise between 89 and 93 with the velocity of the fastball. He'll add and subtract. Most of his high velocity fastballs will be in 2 strike counts. He's got a cut fastball that he'll use a lot. Slider, curveball, changeup.
1-2 to Spangenberg. 1 out, 2 runs in. Torrens, the young catcher, on deck. And that is all for Spangenberg. 2 down. Let's go down and check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Is Pablo Sandoval coming back to the Giants? That rumor started spreading like wildfire last night. Here is what we actually know. The Red Sox released Pablo yesterday. The Giants, if interested, cannot talk to Pablo. They cannot make an offer until he clears waivers. That's sometime tomorrow. Now, Pablo did come out with a statement on Twitter. He said the following: I'm waiting for Friday to make a decision. And the Giants are one of my options. I have a few teams interested, but I won't be making any decisions until Friday. So that's just setting the record straight for fans, guys.
All right, Amy, and that's, I think, very timely because his name has been much in the news here lately around San Francisco. But I asked Bruce Bochy about it before the game, and that's what he said. Well, we really can't talk about Pablo. That would be tampering. Right now, he's still Red Sox property. Here is Chacin, and it's called strike 1 on the inside.
Chacin, a good hitter. Well, I do know one thing about Pablo Sandoval is that he will always be welcomed back to the Bay Area. Always.
Nice pickup on a smash by Nunez, and that's all. Chacin retired. Nunez got a couple of hot shots in the inning. 2-0 Padres.
Today and get behind the wheel of the Audi model you've always wanted. Saturday at the Padres, Madison Bumgarner's first start since April 19th. He went 7 strong innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a no decision, but he was very good and we welcomed him back. That is our audio control play.
So Bumgarner, who gave up the 2-run homer to Renfroe on what appeared to be a curveball. Here's Buster Posey to lead off for the Giants in the last of the second. The Giants now trying to play catch up. .329 batting average for Buster. 11 home runs, 40 driven in. 917 OPS, which is excellent. Chacin a little bit low with that ball. Sinking action on it. Buster, the Giants have, as a group, struggled against Chacin. Buster's had some success against him. In there for a strike. Posey has he's tied with Charlie Blackmon, or was at the start of the day, for the 4th best batting average in the National League for the season. A little bit low. 2-1. Justin Turner, the Dodgers, still leading the league. He's hitting .372.
Not showing any signs of slowing down either.
3-1 to Buster with rather Brandon Crawford on deck, and Hunter Pence due up third in the inning. Three and two now. The Dodgers, what are they? Their last 37 games, 33-4. There's a Mays and Gwynn uniforms in the house. He got the breaking ball and is thrown out by Ibar. One away.
Right now it's time for our Jeep Play the Game. Play the Game is powered by the all-new Jeep 2017 Jeep Compass, awarded the most capable compact SUV ever. Get behind the wheel and explore one today. Yesterday against the Giants, or against the Indians, Buster Posey with a 2-run pinch hit double in the 8th off Brian Shaw. It would be the difference in the game, as Sam Dyson would make it stand as he pitched the 9th, and the Giants would win. Posey career pinch hitting, 241, 7 for 29. So that was a big moment in his career.
Brandon Crawford now, and a fastball for a strike. Crawford 229 batting average, but he does lead the Giants with 48 runs batted in. And the curveball 0-2.
One thing about Chassis, I mean, you get a lot of looks. He's got a lot of things he can do with a baseball, and he's got an outstanding command of it. And I don't think he's ever really pitched poorly against the Giants. At least it seems that way.
Did he swing? Yes, he did. He's tagged out by Torrens, the catcher. 2 down.
First strikeout for Chassis, and he goes down to the dirt with a curveball to get it.
Hunter Pence now. I saw on the Instagram, Punk Point, the Giants photographer, and he had a picture of Hunter Pence standing on the throne as if he were about to take a swing. He had his bat and looked like he was ready to launch one from the throne.
Pretty creative. Throne is here at the ballpark tonight. It was out of Triples Alley before the game, and now it's up on the third deck. Giants fans are encouraged to come up and sit in it, take a few pictures. It's pretty cool, I got to tell you.
Well, now it's 0-2 to Hunter Pence. One ball, 2 strikes. A lot of movement on that one, running way off the inside, and Pence had to move back from it. A ball and 2 strikes. Pence 6 for 28 with a home run in his career against Chassis. Pretty good rip there, but a foul back to the backstop. Giants keep expecting, not just waiting, but expecting that Hunter Pence is going to find his groove here. But right now, only 6 home runs, only 6 doubles, which is rather stunning. Barehanded by Chassis. The one-hop throw right there. 6 in a row retired by Chassis. It's 2-0 Padres on to the 3rd. X1 will change the way you experience TV. For the most complete way to access your entertainment. Xfinity, the future of awesome. As Madison Bumgarner goes to work, leadoff man Jose Pirela takes ball one. Tyler Beede, 19 starts this year, and he's had his ups and downs with Sacramento, although last night was definitely up, and he was throwing strikes last night. Brandon Belt runs out of room to go after this one. It's in amongst the customers, and the count is a ball and a strike. But Tyler Beede, 7 innings, only 5 hits allowed, and 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, a win for the hard-throwing right-hander.
Now this is when you really want to have your good outings. And you think about, you get real close to August. That's the last month of a minor league season, unless you go into the playoffs. And it's a good time to let your parent club know that you're strong, you're healthy, and you're dealing. And for Tyler Beede, that was a very big outing in his career.
Pirela flied out to left his first time, and Bumgarner is off the outside. 3-1 the count. Padres lead 2-0 here in the third. Another home run. All of their runs against Bumgarner these last 2 starts have been on home runs. Skies this one over into right center. Span, 1 away. Giants baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Wouldn't it be nice if you could count on everything as much as a Toyota? Now you can count on big savings on the most dependable cars. See your local Toyota dealer and test drive yours today. Matt Caesar struck out his first time, and it's low and in for ball 1. Caesar hitting only .208 out of Villanova, Philadelphia. Caesar a foul out of play off to the right. He was a 5th round draft choice 7 years ago by the Cubs. At Villanova, he played football and baseball, and he was a great college hitter. Hit over 400 for Nova, and he was a wide receiver on their football team. And that's back out of play. He has not been able to duplicate the hitting part of it since getting to the big leagues. Matt Caesar, 28 years old now. And that's all for Caesar.
That's the best slider he's thrown tonight. That had some snap to it. Well, the Rugby World Cup Sevens tournament is coming to AT&T Park exactly a year from today, July 20th through the 22nd of 2018. And 24 men's teams and 16 women's teams from across the world will compete in Rugby Sevens over the course of 3 action-packed days. Tickets are on sale right now at rwc7s2018.com. That's rwc7s2018.com.
That begins 1 year from tonight. And the ball is caught off the bat of Myers. He blistered that one and caught with the quick reactions of Eduardo Nunez. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning. 2-0 Padres. Joe Panik coming up for the Giants. Time now for our AAA round tripper. Get insurance that works at every mile. AAA, more than just insurance. And last Saturday in San Diego, Joe Panik against Jhoulys Chacín led off the 6th inning with that home run. He just scalded it down the right field line at Petco Park over the Petco porch. And that home run tied that game at 3-all, his 6th home run this year. Ball 2 now. So Joe Panik, 2 hits, 7 at bats versus Chacín. Panik will be followed by Hernandez and then Bumgarner. Panik hitting .274, .332 on base average. Called a strike on the inside. 2-1.
Front door sink at the knees. That's a Doug Eddings strike. You'll see low strikes, you'll see corner strikes.
Sharp break on that and down out of the strike zone. 2-2.
His specialty pitches tonight have been very good. Curveball, changeup, slider, they're all there for him.
Strike 3 called.
Froze him with front door sink. Well, if you need help with a consumer problem, contact NBC Bay Area Response. In just 1 year, consumer investigator Chris Kimura has recovered more than $750,000 for people like you. Call 1-888-996-TIPS or go to NBCBayArea.com/response.
And a curveball for a strike to Gorkys Hernandez.
We talked about how Madison Bumgarner last week gave him a home run to Matt Caesar. He wanted to strike him out tonight, which he's done twice. Well, you can say the same thing about Jhoulys Chacín and Joe Panik, as you pointed out at the start of the inning. Panik hit the home run that tied the ball game in the 7th inning. And I got to believe that Chacín has been thinking about Joe Panik a little bit. And he wanted that strikeout that he just got. Right now, the Giants need to get Chacín in the stretch. 7 up, 7 down so far with a couple of strikeouts for Chacín.
And the guys who have put the ball in play have hit ground balls. He's had 5 ground balls for outs and the 2 strikeouts. That's it.
That's a bad combination if you're the Giants.
So nobody has really made hard contact against him yet. 2-2. Madison Bumgarner is on deck. And I'm certainly always interested to see Bumgarner take his at-bats. He has a home run in his career against Chacín. Big hop to third, Spangenberg, and that's all for Gorkys, who really hustled up the line. 2 down, another ground ball out.
The pitcher, number 40, Madison Bumgarner.
Bumgarner, of course, in his first start this year, hit 2 home runs, 2 tape measure jobs. He's had just those 2 homers and those 2 hits for the season. Tonight, making his 6th start of the year. 2 hits, 12 at bats against Chacín, and 1 of those 2 hits a home run. Strike 1 to him. Giants trailed 2-0 here in the 3rd. Padres just played in Colorado, and they just got destroyed. Check swing foul. Bumgarner a little frustrated on that one. But the ball hit the bat inadvertently. 0-2 the count. There's Andy Green. His ball club gave up, what was it, 36 runs in the 3 games?
9-9, and yesterday 18.
They lost 18-4 yesterday. Nolan Arenado had 5 hits, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. 1-2 now to Bumgarner. Arenado, he's so good. The 7 RBI, not even the most he's ever had in a game.
That's remarkable.
Struck him out. That sharp curveball. Man, he looks like he's got his A game going tonight. Yolis Chacin. 3 perfect innings. Don Mattingly was just filling in for, and he was in the jacket out there. He had left the mound and then turned around and came back onto the mound, and that was ruled to be, as Bruce Bochy came out and brought it to the umpire's attention, it was ruled to be his second visit, and they made him go to the bullpen, even though that was not his intent at that point.
Well, it's something that Bruce Bochy had seen when he was a manager in the minor leagues, and it's something that you don't forget. And it was just an innocent mistake from a young manager, and Don Mattingly, he got better that night having made that mistake. Obviously, he would never make that mistake again. But credit Bruce Bochy for seeing it, making a point of it.
That's the Ford Smart Choice, brought to you by your California Ford dealers, home of the award-winning Ford Super Duty. It's California Smart and the official truck of Madison Bumgarner. On the mound, going to work in the 4th inning, Jabari Blash, who hit a mammoth double out toward the 421 marker his first time. This time Nunez throws him out. 1 away. Hunter Renfroe followed that long double by Blash with a long drive of his own.
He got a little hanging breaking ball, and really to his credit, he stayed inside this pitch because the breaking ball had some hang, but it was still in the inside corner. A lot of big right-handed hitters will take that and they'll hook that pitch foul. But Renfroe did not. That's an impressive swing of the bat.
So his batting average is not good. On base not good, but he got 17 home runs in his rookie season. That's pretty good. Just coming back from the disabled list today. One ball, no strikes to count. In that video we just saw with Mattingly, he had gone to the mound and they had a chat, and I think it wasn't even the pitcher, it was James Loney, the first baseman at the time. As Mattingly started to walk off the mound, Loney called him, "Oh, hey Skip, what do you want me to do? Do you want me on the bag or behind the runner or what?" And Mattingly heard him call, and he just turned around and walked back up to address that. Nice pickup from his knees. 1-2, got him. Wow, you don't see it done that way very often.
Well, one thing about Nunez, I mean, he's got a great arm, and I don't think he felt, by the way, that it took him a while to get his balance, and he had time to get to his feet. So why not just from the knees throw one hopper down there, and it just does get Renfroe, who runs well for a big man. Yeah, something you don't see every day, and he made it look easy.
And Brandon Belt stretched out to get to it just a little more quickly.
One more look. I mean, this is a bullet.
And I don't think he even thought about getting back up to his legs or to his feet. Yep, that was fun.
Well, when it ends well, then it's fun.
Those are things that they do not practice. It's a complete ad lib on the fly.
He's always been very good at that. Brandon Crawford.
Very creative shortstop.
We saw it last week in San Diego where Crawford invented one on the fly. Belt comes over in foul ground, and no. And the Padre fans got a souvenir. 0-2 the count. Remember that? It was a ball way off to his left. Somehow he got to it and did not quite get hold of it at the first opportunity. Then grabbed it a second time and just swiped it right from the glove to Joe Panik, covering second for the force out. Really a brilliant play. Right past Bumgarner. Almost took his glove with it into center field. Base hit for Ibar. We're going to check in now with Amy G.
All right, guys, as you mentioned, it is Game of Thrones night here at AT&T Park, and Bruce Bochy, the skipper, having some fun with it. The throne actually arrived yesterday, so Bruce incorporated it into his post-game presser. As you said, John, everything's fun when things turn out well with a win. He was, as he's saying there, Dwayne Kuiper turned him onto the show. He also joked that he was a little concerned about sitting in the throne. He knows kings sit in that throne on the show, and they often get killed. But he's still with us. We're glad. Game of Thrones night, guys.
And a steal for Eric Ibar.
This is what the Giants are going to look at. I mean, it was an enormous jump from Ibar. But even at that, Buster Posey with a great quick release and a lightning throw. And I think they got him on the head.
He's out.
He's out. That's a remarkable throw.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy making the sign right there. Even for replay review, there's a signal.
That's right.
Game of signals. And this call is going to be overturned. I think we can say. Great shot. Which camera got that shot?
Well, another look just to confirm what we already found out. I mean, he's out. That's an OUT. It should not last a whole long time. And this inning is over.
So the umpire whose call it was, the crew chief, Jeff Nelson. And also joining is Las Diaz, the first base umpire.
Yeah, the only reason this has taken so long is I don't think they've hooked up with New York yet. That's all I can think of.
But it was a great throw by Buster.
You can't make a better throw. You can't make a quicker throw.
And a very quick tag applied by Crawford. We're used to seeing the tag closer to the bag and around the hands, but he got him right in the helmet.
Right in the head. See ya. He gone. Giants players are walking off the field.
And there's the call out. The call is overturned. Top of the order coming up. Span, Nunez, and Belt.
This summer, uncover the hidden meanings of flowers in Asian art. Check out the Flower Power exhibition, now open through October 1st. Visit asianart.org for more information.
AT&T Park, top of the order with the Giants, trailing 2-0. Giants looking for their first base runner against Yolis Chacin. And it's strike 1 to Denard Span. As Buster Posey talking to Brandon Crawford. I wonder from Buster's angle if he thought he had actually gotten him. That's down the left field line, and it is foul. Jabari Blash giving chase, couldn't catch up to it, and just foul. 0-2 to Span.
I know Buster knew he made a great throw. And when you time him, it's when he catches the ball, boom, and to when it hits the middle infielder's glove. That's 1.84 is what I had him at. But the footwork was perfect. I mean, he just rocked back on his back leg, took a short stride step directly to his target, and the exchange had to be perfect, and it was. You cannot make a better throw than that.
That is fair down the right field line. And Renfroe with a strong arm and safe. The ball not held anyway by Ibar, but what a recovery by Renfroe, and then a great throw. He just fired a seed in there.
Well, that looked like Larry Walker digging it out of the corner. Renfroe has a very good arm, and he's playing out there towards right center. He had to come a long way, but he did get a break as that ball carried off the wall. But look at the off-balance throw. I mean, it was a one-hopper, just a little bit wide. But look at the footwork. I mean, his momentum's going to the wall. It's an exceptional play, and he almost got him even at that.
That is a true right fielder's arm. A Larry Walker, Roberto Clemente kind of an arm. Here is Eduardo Nunez. Of course, Clemente, great Hall of Famer, with one of the great arms of all time. And there's ball 1 to Eduardo Nunez. So the Giants get their first base runner. That ball, the exit speed, or we don't go speed, exit velocity on that double, 104 miles per hour according to StatCast. Nunez grounded out to first, his first time. And that came back and over the outside for a called strike.
Oh, that's a perfect pitch, and that's going to take away a 1-0 advantage for a hitter. When you put that type of late movement and that kind of location on a pitch.
And out of play, off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Belt is on deck. Padres got 2 runs in the second inning on Hunter Renfroe's 2-run homer after the Jabari Blash double. Here's a souvenir. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heading for third is Span as Ibar throws out Nunez, and you might say, well, wait a minute, Nunez appeared to slow down, and the Giants have asked him to take it easy on that hamstring, which has put him on the shelf a couple of times this year and for a few weeks at the end of last season. So sometimes when it looks like likely he's going to be out, that's a time when he will not go all out.
Well, he gets the job done in that he gets Span over. It's a get him in, get him over type of an at bat. You have to be productive, and it was a productive out.
So now Belt, a ground ball to a middle infielder could get it done. And that spins in there for a called strike.
Chassin has used that curveball a lot to steal strike 1, and that's really kind of how you feel when you make that pitch. You steal a strike. Hitters are not going to go up there looking for that pitch, and if you have a command of that curveball, then yeah, it's an easy way to get 0-1.
A ball and a strike now. And back into the second deck.
Well, this becomes, as we have a nice play. Brought his glove. That's yours. Keep that ball, son. High backhander, sweet spot. That's some talent right there. And he does a good thing right here. Yeah, you can have back. No, that's yours.
Bell has not had a hit since coming back from that wrist sprain. And that is blocked in the dirt by Torrens, the catcher. 2-2.
And you're seeing Chassin's #1 effort to get the strikeout. Not a fly ball situation. Not when they relax the middle infield. You just need to put the ball in play. Good speed at third base.
Wow. And he did not even get off a swing there.
Well, the only way you take that pitch is if you just don't see the spin. I mean, he was completely fooled with it because there's no question as to whether or not it was a strike. I mean, this is right there, and you can see that the little eye on the slider is underneath the ball. It's almost like a no-dodge slider in the eye of the hitter. I mean, that's pretty much the same type of spin that Sergio Romo used to have on his no-dodge slider. The dot, the little eye of the spin, tips the pitch. But when it's on the bottom of the ball or the top of the ball, you don't see it as a hitter. And that's the only way that Pence goes down, not swinging there. Buster Pose's autograph.
On the World Series ring hat. Hindsight to Buster. That was the version of the 2012 World Series ring. Mine, the one they gave the broadcasters, was not as big as that, but I really like it.
That's a good one. Yeah, and she's humbly wearing it.
One and one. Posey grounded out to short his first time. The Giants got the leadoff double from Span, and then Nunez was able to move him over to third with an infield out. But Belt called out on strikes. So 2 down now. Giants need a hit or a Padre mistake to get the run home. Buster skies one foul and back out of play. And he ended up having an awkward looking swing on that breaking ball. So far this game, whatever the Giants are looking for is not what Chassin has been throwing.
He's mixed it up beautifully. He's calling his own game. Torrens, the catcher, I mean, he's gone through a number of signs a lot tonight. So Chassin has very clearly been the guy making the decisions on what to throw.
Torrens is only 21 years old and just recently turned 21. He's a Rule 5 draftee by the Cincinnati Reds back in December at the winter meetings, and then the Padres acquired him from the Reds in a trade. He's got to stay with the big league club all year long or be offered back to his original team. Buster had a big cut at that one and fouled it.
He was not fooled with that. He was looking for it. He got what he was looking for. You can see the look on his face. He wanted to do more with that pitch. He had a little hang on this breaking ball. Stayed down beautifully. That's what he wants back.
2-2 the count. Span at third. And back with the breaking ball there. Taken for ball 3.
And that's a good take. Not an easy one. 2 outs and a couple open bases. Chassin doesn't have to give in to him. And that's a good 2-2 pitch. Started on the outside corner, let it explode away.
Three and 2. And off the fists. Back to the screen. 96 miles an hour.
That's when you see his high velocity is always in 2-strike counts. He cruises at a speed, low to mid 90s, more lows than mids, and then all of a sudden he gets you into a 2-strike after showing you on the Schwarber the raw speed stuff, and he can zip you 95, 96, sometimes even higher.
The fist and right to Myers. A line drive caught by Myers, and the Giants cannot get Span home. 2-0 Padres. A happy fan with a souvenir at AT&T Park. Pine Casino. Last Saturday, 3-3 tie, bottom of the ninth, and the former Giant Hector Sanchez hit a spectacular home run off the upper balcony of the Western Metal Supply Company building, and that was the end of it. First ball swinging against Bumgarner, and out number one. Spangenberg is promptly retired. 2-0. The Padres are leading here. Ready for your game-winning play? Visit Twin Pine Casino for your chance at a big win. Twin Pine Casino and Hotel, the only place to play and stay in wine country. And there is Hector Sanchez. And he's not in the lineup tonight, and for the Giants, I'm sure that's good news, because for whatever reason, he just destroys the Giants. 8 for 16 lifetime against his old team with 4 home runs against him. I think I saw a number. He's hit 8 home runs since he left the Giants, and 4 of them against the Giants in only 16 at bats.
Well, he had a nice series in Colorado. Austin Hedges, who had been getting most of the catches, he's on the disabled list, a concussion disabled list. So Sanchez is going to, you figure he's going to get the majority of the at bats, with Torrens, who's catching tonight, is a young catcher, and especially when the Giants play the Padres. You know that Andy Green, the skipper of the Padres, wants Hector Sanchez to get his at-bats against San Francisco.
Hector, when he hit that home run against Stephen Oakert, batting right-handed, he's a switch hitter. He had not had a hit batting right-handed this year. Torrens back to the screen, 2-2. And Oakert had not given up a home run to a right-handed batter this year. So what happens? Home run.
They call that baseball. As painful and unpredictable as it was.
And then he started the next day with a 3-run first-inning homer. Belt, and again that ball is out of play. It's like the third ball that Belt's gone over on, and they've all landed in that same spot.
Well, it seems like everybody in that section is going to get a ball tonight then. You got some old players down there. Yep, and the right guy got it.
Left center field, and it is Gorky Hernandez. 2 down. Time for the Ask BBB Trivia of the Game, sponsored by your local Better Business Bureau. They shed light on businesses so you know who to trust, whether you're looking to hire a contractor or just get a giant new TV installed for the next game. Make the right call. Find a business you can trust at askbbb.org. Who is the only player to have hit a splash home run here at AT&T Park for the Padres and for the Giants? The only one.
There's only one.
So we know it wasn't Barry Bonds, not a Padre.
Not a Padre.
Not Tony Gwynn, not a Giant. There, so we gave you a couple of hints. We've eliminated a couple of names for you, just to help. Joe Paddock, and that's all for Chassin, and a 9-pitch inning for Madison Bumgarner. Brandon Crawford, Hunter Pence, Joe Paddock coming up. Giants down 2-0. Said every mile, AAA more than just insurance. 1964. Giants manager Alvin Dark said to Harry Jupiter of the San Francisco Examiner, a man will land on the moon before Gaylord Perry hits a home run. Then fast forward to this date in 1969, July the 20th. Apollo 11 landed on the moon, and the first man walked on the moon. And about 30 minutes later, Gaylord Perry facing the Dodgers, Claude Osteen, boom, home run. Just after the first man walked on the moon, Alvin Dark. How did he know?
He just knew. That is a pretty remarkable story.
I have a tape. It was from the Dodger broadcast. And Jerry Doggett was on the air for the Dodgers on the radio that day. And they stopped the game at the time of the landing when the first man walked on the moon. One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Brandon Crawford, big rip. He didn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then a little while later, Jerry Doggett's reporting Jeff Carter, the voice of Candlestick Park, making the announcement. Everybody had cheered. It was such an exciting moment back in 1969. A man actually walked on the moon. Wow. And then an inning later or so, Gaylord Perry came to bat. And boom, he hit his first major league home run.
So where were you when this was all going down? You remember where you were?
I was working at a gas station in the summer after I graduated high school, 1969. So I could buy my first car.
Nice.
Because I was going to commute to the College of San Mateo in the fall.
It's one of those moments you do remember where you were.
So I was probably sound asleep. It was a day game on a Saturday. And I worked the graveyard shift.
I'm impressed.
So you ask me where I was? Because at first I'd get home from the gas station and I'd finally go to sleep about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening and then have to get up and go to work. Get 3, 4 hours of sleep at the most. And then after about a week of that, I got home, went right to bed, and my dad came in and says, "Aren't you going to go to work?" I said, "Well, what time is this?" "It's 10:30. You're supposed to be there at 11, aren't you?" He says, "Oh my God, I just slept the entire day." It took me a little while to get adjusted.
Yeah, the graveyard shift. That's not an easy thing to adjust to.
3-2. Hits that one hard, but Jabari Blash, a little bad luck there for Brandon. And now Hunter Pence will come up. Giants are down 2-0. Pence hit one that was played by Chacin his first time, and played beautifully. Chacin made a barehanded grab. Pence is a little dribbler. Two 2-0 Padres. 2 runs, 4 hits for San Diego. No runs, 1 hit for the Giants. Right past Chacin, but he might have gotten a piece of it, or at least hit the mound. And the play made by Pirela, the second baseman. They're going to give an assist to Chacin.
Well, this is a nice play by Pirela. I think he did get some help as it hit Chacin's glove. He's getting an assist. Yeah, he tosses it right there. If he doesn't get a piece of that, that's in center field.
That ball was hit hard.
I mean, that's what you're taught to do. Just try and get a piece of it.
Strike one to Joe Panic.
It's definitely not something you think to do.
So each of the first 2 Giants in this inning hit the ball hard. Crawford's ball 102 miles an hour off his bat. A liner to the left fielder.
You mentioned Alvin Dark. He was a third base coach when I got to the big leagues as a rookie. And he'd have pitchers during spring training, and he would stand there and he'd hit bullets at you from home plate.
There's Pirela again in the dirt, and a nice play by Will Myers on a tough hop. We're heading to the 6th inning. The top of the order, Pirela coming up against Bumgarner. Two 2-0 Padres as we start the 6th inning. Leadoff man Jose Pirela, and he takes a called strike from Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner gave up the double to Blash and a homer to Renfroe to start the 2nd inning for the 2 Padre runs. He's only allowed 2 singles since then, 1 an infield hit by Torrens. So he is settled in. Pirela is 0 for 2 against him. Change up, 1 ball, 1 strike. It is Matt Caesar on deck, and then Will Myers due up 3rd. We asked a trivia question. We're going to answer it here soon. There's a bunt. The barehanded pickup, the throw. Whoa! He got it. Beautiful. You mentioned he's got a great arm, Mike, and he needed it right there.
That's just the big leagues is what that is. I mean, and every third baseman loves it because it is a chance to show off your arm. And you can see what Perella sees. He sees that that Nunez is playing back. And from Nunez's perspective, he has to crash hard. I mean, Perella does everything right. But the end result and the difference in the play was the strength of the arm. From a right foot release, slings it over the belt. Job well done.
And ball one to Matt Caesar, who has struck out twice. One out, nobody on. Big play to start an inning by Eduardo Nunez. Called strike, 1-1. All right, the Ask BBB trivia question of the game. Who is the only player to have hit a splash home run as a member of both the Giants and the Padres? Couple of hops. Crawford. Out number 2. So the Ask BBB trivia question of the game. Who's done it for both the Giants and the Padres? And he's here in the ballpark tonight. We're guessing. No, it's Ryan Klesko.
We didn't even think of Klesko. We thought it was Hector Sanchez.
It's not Hector? What? So we should have gone with Klesko anyway. We should have known that one.
It's true. Did it once with the Padres, twice with the Giants.
And he was a big time home run hitter.
And he was a big time good guy too. It's one of Bruce Bochy's all-time favorite players that he has had. You can't help but like Ryan Klesko. It's impossible.
2-0 the count to Will Myers, who was lined out to left and lined out to third. Hit the ball hard twice and come up empty both times. 2 down. We're in the 6th. Bumgarner and the Giants trailing 2-0. Direct on the outside. Ryan Klesko came up originally with Atlanta, and he was not playing. And he went into Bobby Cox. He asked for a meeting with Bobby Cox, the manager, and then he dressed him down. Can you imagine that? A rookie? That's pulled foul.
No.
I'm playing great. I had a great spring. I'm playing better than the guys you're playing out there, and I should be in there. If you had any guts, if you were a good manager, you'd put me out there.
I cannot imagine that.
And he thought, well, he hates me and he's going to send me out anyway. I might as well go out in a blaze of glory and at least feel good about it. Well, Bobby Cox was impressed. He says, well, you seem to have a lot of confidence. So he put him out there. And Klesko did what he said he could do.
Backed it up.
First time in this game, by the way, that Madison Bumgarner has gone to a 3-2 count on any hitter. Jabari Blash is on deck. 2 down, bases empty. Dangerous hitter at the plate. And a foul.
Well, it's a dangerous hitter that has hit the ball right on the screws twice tonight against Bumgarner. So he has not been fooled, and he's had good balance in his swings. It's a good battle going on right now. This is a chess match. Bumgarner knows that he's got him timed. But Myers has Bumgarner timed.
He gets the walk. So 2 down, a man aboard. Blash coming up. Let's go to Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, yesterday marked the 4th consecutive year that skipper Bruce Bochy and his wife Kim teamed up with Amici's East Coast Pizzeria to raise funds for the homeless prenatal program that supports Bay Area families in need. Amici's donated 100% of their sales yesterday, and Bruce and Kim went to the 2 locations of Amici's here in San Francisco, took pictures, signed autographs, and gave their thanks to all the fans who came out in support. You can learn more at www.homelessprenatal.org. Fabulous organization, gentlemen.
All right, Amy, thank you. And the people at Amici's, they make great New York style pizza, but also very community minded. I like those guys. Homelessprenatal.org if you'd like to get involved, make a donation. Jabari Blash has doubled and grounded out. And now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice changeup. It's respect. I mean, this kid has definitely opened the eyes of the Giants pitching staff. He has a ton of good at-bats against San Francisco starting in last weekend in San Diego. He really swung the bat well.
6 feet 5 inches tall, very strong. 2-1. Well, when they brought him back from El Paso, he had been in a hot streak with the Chihuahuas, the El Paso Epic Chihuahuas, and you can see he was a different guy first time he came to bat against the Giants this past weekend in San Diego. And he included in his victims Madison Bumgarner last Saturday.
This is a 2-strike home run.
Oh, off that back wall, well beyond the center field fence. That was a long one. 2-2 the count. The crowd comes alive here, and Bumgarner moves Myers back to the bag. Myers had 28 steals last year to go with his 28 home runs. He got 10 steals this year and 17 homers. But he's a threat to go. 2-2. And he's back to the bag again. So you think Bochy's feeling that Andy Green wants him to take off now? A couple of throws like that?
Well, I mean, you've got to pay attention to Myers. He's got a green light. He can go whenever he wants. The only thing is, I mean, he's in scoring position right now with Blash. Blash has got that kind of power. And I don't think that he wants to take the bat or risk taking the bat out of the hands of Blash, especially after they saw Buster Posey shoot down Eric Ibar in the 4th inning with an absolute laser to second. That'll discourage a lot of potential base stealers, what Posey did there.
Off the fists. That's foul. Back out of play. Myers was running there with a 3-2 count. So he'll have to go back.
See Bumgarner. It's the one inning where he's had to go deep with the pitch count prior to the 6th inning here. And he really has not gone over the 15 pitch mark at all.
Bell playing behind Myers, who runs. And that's along the right field line. Foul. Hunter Pence retrieves it, and he'll toss it for a souvenir.
That was, yeah. Guy needs a better effort. If he'd have brought his glove, and she's telling him, dude, I told you to bring your glove. Yeah, she wanted that ball more than he did.
She truly does not look happy.
No, she is not happy, and she'll have that face the rest of the night.
Could have had that ball. No. Inning over. Bumgarner with his 4th strikeout. Last of the 6th inning. Hernandez, then Bumgarner coming up.
Monterey Bay Aquarium. Dive into summer with awesome octopuses, sleek squid, and cool cuttlefishes. Incredible characters, memorable moments with those you love. MontereyBayAquarium.org.
Check it out. You won't be sorry.
Yeah, that place is a hit.
One of the world-class aquariums. There's a base hit for Gorky's heading for second. Blash is throwing. Too late to get the speedy Giant a double leading off the 6th inning.
A little bit of a hanger right there, right at the bell over the plate. Head stays down through the swing. And Gorky Hernandez continues to swing the bat well. Another leadoff double here for the Giants.
So now Bumgarner. Now most pitchers would be bunting in a spot like this. Maybe he'll be bunting. He's also the possible tying run. Never indicated bunt on that one.
Well, he got a steady diet of breaking balls in his first at bat. That's one thing that Bumgarner will do. He'll sit on a breaking ball just like a regular hitter. And he won't guess pitch to pitch.
Ooh.
Got what he was looking for. Not only that, it was a hanger. Foot gets down. Just bunches it up a little bit. Elbows were bent.
1 ball, 1 strike. Good eye on that one. It broke off the outside.
Breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball.
Bumgarner has a home run in his career against Chacin in 13 at-bats against him. 2-0 Padres, last of the 6th. That is foul. How many pitchers are there that come up in an at-bat with their team trailing, and the opposing pitcher throws nothing but breaking balls to him? Can't be too many times that's happened.
Well, I mean, they just don't want to give in to the fastball with him. He's got too much reputation on the fastball.
That one off the end of the bat. Blash for the putout.
Well, the McCovey Chronicles' Grant Brisbee and Therese Vignal will bring you a fresh take on the game and the season on Giants Outsiders on NBC Sports Bay Area. After post-game live on every 7 p.m. night broadcast on NBC Sports Bay Area. Check it out. They're fun, they're informative, and you will like it.
Oh, California Hornblowers in the Cove. Bay Cruz coming in. A regular stop for any Bay Cruiser. Denard Span hit a double his last time down the right field line into the second deck. 1-1 the count.
I mean, it's a big play. You're down 2-0. You get a leadoff double. You can't get him over to third base and set up a runner at third, less than 2 out situation. So for Denard Span, I mean, he's going to try and make everybody forget about that bat that Bumgarner had, and then Bumgarner did not use his out productively.
That's a bloop. Gorky's took off with the contact. Renfroe with a great arm. Way over the catcher's head, backed up by Chacin. Span into second. It's 2-1 San Diego.
Well, that's the problem sometimes with guys that have great arms, is that they're not always smart arms. And Renfroe gets to this ball, and he's not in a very balanced position. And with a 2-run lead, you don't have to try and gamble to that runner at home. The important thing is you can make a throw, but throw it through a cutoff man. He airmails everybody, and as soon as Denard Span sees that, he knows it's an easy take at second base. And that's a mistake.
already sliding across the plate there was Gorky. So, and that's it. You said it. Rookie mistake. Now Nunez with a base hit could knock in the tying run.
But you know, you see it a lot of times with guys that have great arms, like Renfroe has. Now, if he was coming directly in towards home plate of the ball, I mean, I say, all right, that's fine. But you're cutting across. It's an angle. So as it is, you're kind of throwing crossfire to home plate, and it's going to take away some of your strength and your accuracy, and it did.
That is a base hit. Span started back to make sure the ball wasn't caught, but he'll score anyway. And this game is tied. Eduardo Nunez delivers in the clutch.
He went down there and beat a breaking ball down around the knees, and he just made Renfroe pay for that mistake. And now the momentum is in the Giants dugout. Let's take a look at the breaking ball. The hanger just above the knees, middle in. Good pitch to hit. And it looked to me like the back leg was timed to the off-speed pitch from Nunez. He was looking for it. Now for Span, he's got a freeze and a line drive. Great base running technique there. Put himself in position to see the ball.
So here's Brandon Belt now, who has bunted to the pitcher who threw him out, and he has been called out on strikes. 3 infielders to the right of second. Ball 1. So Span got the big hit to knock in Gorky Hernandez, a clutch hit, and took second on that high wide throw from Renfroe as the Padre bullpen is busy now. And then Nunez knocks Span in. 2-0.
Watch the technique, how he defines the ball, then he puts his legs in position where he can go either back to the bag or advance. That's good technique for a base runner.
And a balk has been called. Andy Green started to go out to Las Diaz, the first base umpire, who I guess signaled balk. And plate umpire Doug Innings told him to get back in the dugout.
Yeah, they said he didn't stop. They say there was no stop there. I mean, that's really a ticky-tack balk, but Giants will take the 90 feet gift.
So now another runner in scoring position.
But you have to come to a stop when you bring your hands together. And he did. I mean, that's a break for the Giants. I can see why Andy Green is upset. You can't argue a balk, though.
And ball 3. The pitch that he went ahead and threw did not count when the balk was charged. That's why it's now 3-0, even though he's thrown 4 pitches here to Belt. 2-2, the possible go-ahead run in scoring position. There he goes. And a one-hop throw. He came off the bag. So he is out. Well played by Spangenberg on the one-hop throw from Torrens. And that hurts. That was on ball 4.
That's the problem with the protective gloves. You just don't have the use of your fingers, and that's what, when you have the kind of speed that Nunez had, you need your hands to hang onto that bag. That's why he slides in head first. He goes right through the bag. Spangenberg is smart. He stays with the play, and the foot separates from the bag, and Nunez is toast.
So, and it hurts even worse because that happened as Belt was getting a walk with Buster Posey coming up.
Well, Posey can make everybody forget about it, though. Knock a ball out of the ballpark, everybody all of a sudden forgets it. Just a bad break.
The walk by Belt, the first walk allowed by Chassin. That's a knee-high fastball for a strike. 2-2 the score. Last of the 6th inning. 2 down. 2 runs have scored in the inning. That's way up there. Myers has it. And Buster is 0 for 3. The 2 runs for the Giants. Span knocked in 1. And Renfroe's high wide throw allowed Span to go to second, and Nunez knocked him in. It's 2-2. We go to the 7th. By Tri-Valley. Visit Tri-Valley. Play and stay on the sunny side of the bay. Tri-Valley. 2-2 the score. The Giants with a 2-run 6th inning rally to tie it. Now Madison Bumgarner goes to work. The man who knocked in the 2 runs against him, Hunter Renfroe, leads off here. 2-run homer down the left field line in the 2nd. Then he was robbed of a hit by Nunez in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2. Renfroe had the big year last year in AAA ball. The Padres AAA team in El Paso was one of the top minor league teams in all of minor league baseball. Fouled that one. It's 2-1.
Yeah, they went all the way to basically the World Series of the Pacific Coast League. They didn't win it, but a lot of prospects. Well, you're looking at the #1 agate right here.
He was most valuable player of the Pacific Coast League last year. 3-1. He had 30 homers, 34 doubles, 5 triples, and 105 runs batted in, hitting .306. Drafted out of Mississippi State, Will Clark's alma mater. A mighty cut on a 3-1 pitch. He didn't get it.
80th pitch on the night for Bumgarner. And we know him. When he thinks he can throw a fastball by a guy, he keeps pumping him at him.
Back to the screen.
And that time Renfroe was on it. You see a foul ball go straight back. He's got you timed.
Renfroe hit his first career home run last September. He was a September call-up, as you might have expected. His first career home run against Madison Bumgarner. September the 24th of last year. Another good rip, but fouled back and off the hands of a fan in the first row of the 2nd deck. Bummer dude 3-2 the count. Bumgarner against a very dangerous young hitter. And into the hands with that one. Posey and Nunez, but it's in amongst the spectators, out of play. Still 3-2. Renfroe had not just his first home run against the Giants, then he had a game against the Dodgers. He had 2 home runs in the same game and drove in 7 runs as a raw rookie. He became only the 3rd player in history to have 7 RBIs or more in a game within the first 20 games in the big leagues.
I mean, that's a good 2 weeks in one day.
Strike 3 called.
Came around the back door with a slider, hard one. Now Posey's sitting on the inside corner. That's why this thing doesn't look like it's in the strike zone as he reaches back. But Doug Eddings, who likes the low pitch, he likes corner pitches, thought that was a pretty good pitch. Renfroe not agreeing with it. It's a big first out.
And the StatCast shows that as being a strike. The computerized strike zone.
Yeah.
Said that was an excellent call. The
Right.
9th pitch of that battle.
I mean, that's the leadoff hitter too. I mean, the difference between a strikeout and a walk is huge. You saw Ryan Buckner, the left-hander, getting up for his second hump.
Eric Ibar now, who has flied out to shallow center and singled. Although then after his single, he got thrown out trying to steal by Buster Posey. A foul ball. And Glenn Hoffman fields it. Padre third base coach.
12th year as a third base coach for the Padres.
And a former manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, baseball's good guys right there.
And that's too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Elevate by design. Cleanse the pallor of the eye. Now you can throw a little backdoor slider at him down the dirt. He'll swing at it. At least that's the plan.
So that was like a little spoonful of sherbet. Foul back to the screen.
Now he comes right back with another fastball, but he plants it in on the hands. Oh yeah, best seat in the house. She's driving the car.
One and 2. And back to the screen again. By the way, Mike you know Mike Mangus, anchorman up in Reading?
Yeah.
He sent a note saying that a woman named Agnes Beachman from a Reading nursing home is at the game tonight, her first Giants game. And she's always been a Giants fan, 90 years old, a Giants fan her whole life. Back to the screen again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She married a sailor from New York and went to a lot of Yankee games because he was a Yankee fan. They were in New York, but never stopped being a Giants fan. And tonight she's here at AT&T Park. I don't know where she is.
She's just here.
Happy to have her.
Look at it. You know, Posey gets those one hops that nobody can figure out how, not even him, but he always seems to get the ball in the glove. And I'm talking center cut sweet spot.
Well, it may be the fact that he did catch this one told the umpire that the batter was not hit.
Well, I think it may have caught him on the ankle, it looked like.
Well, the Padres are asking about it, but Doug Eddings pointed at Las Diaz at first. Diaz said, well, not that I could tell.
Yeah, he said, you see, that was the look he gave him. George Conto's head down.
He said that with a look?
Yeah.
He said what?
Yeah.
3-2 the count. And that's a base hit.
That's a great at bat.
He worked hard to get that.
Well, the Padres are in town the next 3 days, and on Saturday the 22nd, the first 30,000 fans will receive a Charlie Brown 50th anniversary edition bobblehead courtesy of Dasani. Tickets always available. Go to sfgiants.com. Good old Charlie Brown.
So here is Corey Spangenberg. Well, he got Bumgarner, struck out Renfroe on the 9th pitch of their battle, and then on the 9th pitch to Ibar, he got a base hit to right. So the Giants bullpen gets busy. This will be the 19th pitch of this inning. It's only the 3rd batter of the inning. So the Contos is up and getting warm in the Giants bullpen. Buchter has been warming up throughout this inning for the Padres. 7th inning, 2-2 the score.
Just a little wide with a breaking ball.
Bumgarner now at 95 pitches for the game. Into the 7th inning for his 2nd consecutive start. And Ibar is back to first. The way things went for him early on in this game, there were a lot of hard contact being made by the Padres. I wouldn't have wagered that he'd get all the way into the 7th inning.
Well, he warmed up slow, but he kicked it in right about the 2nd inning. And you saw everything start to get crisp. And really, it was after the 2-run homer from Renfroe.
He gave up one more hit in that inning, but it was an infield hit by Torrens. That ball is crushed out into the deepest part of the yard. It's gone. Corey Spangenberg beats the odds and hits a home run out into Death Valley. 4-2 Padres.
Wow.
8th home run of the year for Spangenberg, and immediately Bruce Bochy pops up out of the dugout, and that's the night for Bumgarner.
Well, a fastball middle in, and Spangenberg just loses it. And that is an impressive swing of the bat.
Contos coming in, and a nice ovation for the disappointed Bumgarner as he departs. 4-2 Padres. We'll be back. Runs in these 2 starts versus Bumgarner last Saturday and again tonight. A direct result of home runs. They've hit 4 homers against him. Tonight, 2 2-run homers as George Contos takes them out with 1 out here in the 7th.
45th time that he has taken the ball from Bruce Bochy. And for Contos with 51 strikeouts and 46 2/3. Throwing with a lot of confidence. He'll try and bring some calm back to this inning.
Well, everything was difficult for Bumgarner in this inning. He struck out Renfroe leading it off, but it took 9 pitches to do it. And Ibar on the 9th pitch of his at bat got a single. And the count is 0-1. And then what was it, the 4th or 5th pitch to Spangenberg, he hit out of the ballpark. And Bumgarner is finished, 6 1/3 innings. Torrens quickly with an 0-2 count. Bumgarner ended up throwing 97 pitches in this one, but 22 of them in this inning.
2 good sliders from George Cantos. Buster says, let me have one more of those. See ya. Well, there's never been a better time to watch your favorite NBC shows and local news using an antenna. All you have to do is rescan your TV to see NBC Bay Area's stronger over-the-air signal on Channel 11. Learn more at NBCBayArea.com/rescan.
Two down, and Yolis Chacin will come up. No. They're going to put a pinch hitter up for him. Cordoba. Willie Green, I guess he just likes Chacin to go 6 and then hand it to the bullpen. And that is kind of the formula for the Padres. Their bullpen's pretty good. Get the lead, hand it to the bullpen for the last 3. But Chacin, 87 pitches is all. So Buchter getting ready to come on in the 7th inning in the last half of the 7th. Cordoba, another Rule 5 draftee, young guy. A half swing roller. Panic throws him out. So good job there by Cantos. The Giants have Crawford, Pence, Panic coming up.
.26 of the majors. Well, the Phillies with 1.91. They're in the first place. The Giants in the 2 spot. Their ERA in the bullpen 2.08, followed by the Mariners, Pirates, and the Cardinals. The Padres ranked 20th, 4.45. Toyota by the numbers. Wouldn't it be nice if you could count on everything as much as a Toyota? Now you can count on big savings on the most dependable cars. See your local Toyota dealer and test drive yours today.
Well, the Padres bullpen got worked out and worked over in Colorado the last 3 days. You see Buchter's numbers for the year. Brandon Crawford leads off against him. 0-1. Crawford has struck out, and then he hit one hard his last time, a liner, 102 miles an hour off the bat, but caught by the left fielder Jabari Blash. High and foul off to the left, well back into the lower deck.
Ryan Buckner's got a good fastball. It's a consistent low 90s fastball with some zip on it. He's got a curveball and a slider as well.
Padre bullpen as a group suffered in Colorado. 14 innings they had to pitch in just 3 games. Gave up 4 home runs in that time.
Ouch.
And a .345 batting average against. But Buchter, he was just in the 1 game and went 2/3 of an inning and finished unscathed.
So think about a bullpen guy. If you have 1 outing where you give up 3 or 4 runs, it takes you a month to work that off your ERA. A good month. And you can blow your year up in a hurry.
Crawford, pretty good job of fighting that one off. 1-2. First of a 4-game series. Game 2 tomorrow night, Friday night, Orange Friday. Jeff Samardzija versus Trevor Cahill. Samardzija, I'm sure, eager to get back out there. He got clobbered by the Padres on Sunday in San Diego. Well, Crawford, right after fouling one off that was down and away, got one very high, fouled that one off.
Yeah, that's a tough combination to cover. When you have a guy who's throwing low to mid 90s. Hey, but who got a ball?
Anybody we know?
We know everybody here.
I asked the wrong guy that question. Very softly hit. Ibar on the run. Got it. One away. Giants baseball is brought to you by your Northern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Hunter Pence comes up with the Game of Thrones theme playing. People, they had a special event package tonight on Game of Thrones night. Part of the deal was a Hunter Pence bobblehead with the likeness of Hunter in his Giants uniform and a big cape sitting in the throne. It was kind of a cool.
It was very cool. It was one of my favorite bobbleheads.
Off the outside, 2-0. Then his wife Lexi, she looked like one of the stars of that show before the game.
She looked like Khaleesi.
2-0 to Hunter. Rounded out twice. 3-0. He kind of got robbed his last time. He hit a ball, looked like it was headed right up the middle into center field, and it was slowed up slightly by the glove of Chacin and played by the second baseman Pirela, and they threw him out. 3-0 the count. And the high strike there, 3-1.
Taken all the way.
Well, Pence could get aboard. Joe Panic would come up as the possible tying run. 4-2 Padres here in the last of the 7th. Out number 2 as Spangenberg throws him out.
There's Lexi Pence and Hunter enjoying it. They're really a fun couple. She does not lack for enthusiasm in life, nor does he.
So they got married during this past offseason. And what was the story? Bobby Evans, the general manager, went to the wedding, and who was there among a lot of Giants and former Giants and whatnot? Michael Morse. And Bobby Evans said, "Hey, you look pretty good, like you're in shape." And he said, "Why don't you just come to spring training? What do you have to lose?" Because he had not played last year, and he ended up making the club in the spring. Things that could happen at a Hunter Pence wedding. Who knew?
Well, I mean, that was actually a pretty cool story. Michael Morse came into spring training and he had the time of his life. A lot of energy. Made the club, and he is still struggling on concussion, on the concussion disabled list.
2 balls and a strike to Joe Panik. 2 down, nobody on. He had one of the great moments of the early season. He came up as a pinch hitter. We're all talking about that dramatic pinch hit home run he had in Game 5 of the League Championship Series against the Cardinals in 2014, and then he hit a pinch hit home run. Here's Pirela. Nice play to get Joe Panik. And Buchter induces 3 ground balls. Top of the order coming up with the Pods in the 8th.
Flight in the age of dinosaurs. Discover massive models and interactive flight simulator, real fossils, and more. Get tickets at calacademy.org. The pterosaurs.
A great visit. Bring the kids. A lot to be learned. And a fun way to learn it. Here is Jose Pirela, who was flied out twice, and he tried to bunt his last time, and he got thrown out on one of the great plays of the game by Eduardo Nunez. So he's 0 for 3. And I'm pretty sure he thought he had a hit on that bunt. It was a good bunt in the 6th inning.
I guarantee you, when he's going down the line, he's thinking, I got me a knock.
But no.
No. Just a little subtle reminder that, you know what? You're here in the big leagues.
Padres lead 4-2. Cantos in relief of Bumgarner. And he got the high strike. 2-1. Tomorrow's game 7:15, Orange Friday with Samardzija and Cahill. Day games Saturday and Sunday. Matt Moore on Saturday against Luis Perdomo. Tie block Sunday versus Dinelson Lamet. That pitch has disappeared on him. 2-2.
Well, here's the bunt play we're talking about. Showed it late. Nunez had been playing back. He wasn't in on the grass anticipating a bunt. And he just unleashes a whip-like throw. And it wasn't even close. So if you're a Jose Pirela, it's like, that's it for me. I'm not bunting again the rest of the night. Not on this guy.
So that was intimidating to a guy who likes to bunt. But this one, he bounces over the head of Cantos. Base hit. That's his first hit of the night. MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Giants baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Giants home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, exit velocity, estimated distance, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. That app, we could hardly exist without it.
No, we could not. I mean, that's such a big part of our life. That's got to be one of the most popular apps. I mean, in all of apps.
It really has kind of revolutionized the way people view sports, because all the other leagues, the other sports, they wanted the same ideas to what baseball had created. Baseball advanced media, and in some cases the other leagues have made a deal with the baseball advanced media to do the same thing for them. But the one that I keep going always is the MLB at bat app. Pirela, the runner at first, with nobody out. Caesar, the hitter. Caesar struck out twice and grounded out once against Bumgarner.
Hey, just married. Buster Posey was taken, so she picked somebody else.
Smart move. Popped up. Hunter Pence. Pirela back to first. And Caesar is 0 for 4. One out, and Will Myers will come up.
Who has not had a bad at bat tonight.
Myers has clobbered the ball twice into outs, and once he walked against Bumgarner.
Cal Crick, Giants right-hander, heating up. Brad Hand, the all-star lefty for the Padres, getting loose.
Hand is really the ace of the Padre bullpen. He's a setup man, and he made the all-star team. So here is Myers. 28 home runs to lead the Padres last year. He's hit 17, tied for the club lead this year. Hammered down the left field line. Pirela is going to keep on going. Hoffman is waving him, and he will score easily. And now it is 5-2 San Diego. Man, that was a laser beam right over the head of Nunez.
So he finally finds a hole in the defense. I mean, you're right, another hard hit ball, and everything he's hit has been that loud. And even at that, Nunez almost picks him.
Jabari Blash is coming up. Bruce Bochy's got Crick ready in the bullpen, so he's going to make a move. He's going to make a double switch. The pitcher's spot is due up second in the last half of this inning. So Crick will come in to face Blash, and Kelby Tomlinson will come in perhaps to play second base. We'll see. We'll be right back.
The Happy Hour. It is a great show. You will love it. You will be entertained. You will be informed. You'll see it right here on NBC Sports Bay Area at NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com.
Five to 2 now. The Padres leading. And Kyle Crick takes them out for the Giants in his 8th Major League game.
See his numbers. He's done a nice job since getting called up. I mean, he's really been impressive. Former starter. He's got 4 pitches. He's got mid to high 90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and he really has shown a nice command of him since he's put on a big league uniform.
Oh, did they call a ball? Ball 1. A little bit too high, I guess. There is Kelby Tomlinson. He did go into second base, replacing Panic. He'll slot in the 9th spot of the order, and Crick in the 7th spot. Panic made the last out in the first half, in the Giants half of the 7th. Blew that one right by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. 96 miles an hour, according to our radar gun. Blash has hit a long double out to the deepest part of the yard, out near the 421 side, and scored a run. He's grounded out and struck out since then. And he blew another one right by him. 1 and 2. By the way, that double hit by Will Myers, we know it was hit hard. According to the StatCast, the exit velocity off his bat 107 miles per hour.
Yeah, it was a big, hard, loud line drive.
Well, 3 times he just busted it right by Jabari Blash 3 times in a row.
I mean, you're talking no respect fastballs right there. Good morning, good afternoon, and sit down. Throws it right through him. I mean, just loose shoulder going right through a hitter like he's not even there. He was late. Hard to throw a fastball by a guy 3 times at this level, and Crick just did it to a hot hitter, I might add.
So 2 down. Here is Renfroe, who hit a home run down the left field line back in the first, or the 2nd inning in his first at bat. That put the Padres ahead. Since then, he's grounded out and struck out. Hunter Renfroe just back from the disabled list. He got 17 home runs in his rookie season. Popped up foul, out of play. A ball and a strike.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what Renfroe was looking for. In the count 1-0, he's looking for a fastball, especially after he just saw 3 fastballs thrown right by Blash. Yeah, should have used his hat to catch it. Where's it well, though, I might add.
Really good look for him. 2-1.
All right, he had it. He had it. He didn't have it.
Feeling some cosmic pain there, isn't he? Wow.
Yeah, that'll last about 11 years, by the way.
Nunez. What an arm. That's all for Renfroe. Padres had a very big run, though. And their ace left-hander Brad Hand will be coming in. Shake it off, buddy.
Bay Aquarium. Incredible characters, memorable moments. Share the love at MontereyBayAquarium.org.
Back at AT&T Park, 41,166, the official paid crowd on this Thursday night in July. Game of Thrones night at the ballpark. And here's Brad Hand on the pitch. 48 innings, 34 hits allowed, and 61 strikeouts, and a member of the National League All-Star team.
He's got great stuff. You know, you don't get on All-Star teams unless you have credentials, and he's got 4 good pitches. You'll see mid-90s fastballs with curveball, slider, changeup, and he'll throw them all at you.
Rockies runs up as if to bunt. Did he bunt at it? No, says Las Diaz. No bunt attempt. So ball 1. Tomlinson on deck in the 9th spot in the order. Giants down by 3. They scored 3 in the 8th inning yesterday afternoon against Cleveland. One ball, 1 strike. That foul ball off to the left. By the way, just as we were going into the break, we saw that hapless fan that we felt so bad for, who dropped that pop foul, and then he just almost doubled over in psychic pain. Well, then we saw on the replay he got up to head out, and he was wearing a Dwayne Kuiper jersey.
Well,
he can't wear that jersey.
No, if you're going to wear that jersey, you don't drop balls. You catch everything.
And Kite was kind of giving him what for over there in the radio booth. Rockies Hernandez hit a double his last time, starting a 2-run rally. And he just got a piece of that one to stay alive against Hand. Five to 2 Padres here in the last of the 8th.
That really wasn't much of a swing from Hernandez there. Kind of a stay alive wave, but he did catch a piece, which is all you have to do. But he was fooled by that speed of that curveball.
Went back to it again, bounced it in.
Bounced it in on purpose. Well, here's the play he could not bet, and then the angst you talk about. Not happy, and then he got up and
what?
Dwayne Kuiper said, "That can't be my uniform he's wearing." There are no errors in that uniform.
What? That's a foul. My wife was walking the beach out on the coast side near Half Moon Bay.
Yeah. And
she found a baseball glove that washed up on the beach. She called Dwayne Kuiper and she says, "Oh, maybe I could give this to the kids in your glove drive, but what do I need to do?" I don't know how long it's been in the ocean, but looks to be in pretty good shape. Well, he told her exactly what to do. And then he also said, every time I made an error, I wanted to take my glove down to the ocean and throw it in.
Could have been one of his old gloves.
It might have been. That's hit well, but right there is Blash.
Good at bat.
You make solid contact. After that, it's out of your hands.
Now, one thing, if you ever get a glove out of the ocean, you've got to get the salt out of it. So you throw it in the bathtub.
She followed his instructions, and then she hung it from the branch of a tree. He said, "Yeah, then hang it. Let it dry out in the air.
Wrap it around a softball or a baseball, and the glove will reshape as it dries out."
How it got in the ocean, it had to be a sort of a Dwayne Kuiper story, though.
Yeah.
Some guy made an error with it.
That's it.
Threw it in the ocean.
It's gone.
Kelby Tomlinson up for the first time in this game. 256 average. Been the Giants' top pinch hitter. Out of play off to the right. 1-1.
I mean, that's the hardest thing to do. It's even harder for a young hitter because he doesn't know the stuff that he's going to be facing for the most part out of the bullpens. Now, Tomlinson's no longer a young hitter. He has established himself. He knows his opponents. But if you look at his style of swing and what type of hitter he is, he's built to be a pinch hitter.
Called a strike on the outside.
I mean, he's got a lot of balance in his swing. His hands are very quick. He doesn't have a lot of swing. He doesn't really make much of an adjustment with any of his swings. The swing you see in a 1-0 count is the same one you're going to see in an 0-2 count. It's not built for power. It's built for contact. He uses the middle of the field.
Off the glove of Myers. Tomlinson will stop it first as the ball is tracked down by the hustling Pirela.
Let's talk about once you put that Dwayne Kuiper uniform on, what you're expected to do. One of the best defensive players in all of baseball when he was playing with the Indians. And there really wasn't a play that he couldn't make, and he loved to dive. Led the American League in fielding percentage 2 years as a second baseman. That's doing it. He led all the major leagues in 1978 in fielding percentage. Kuiper, he could pick it. He could hit too. Lifetime 270 hitter.
Well, people act like because he didn't hit but the one home run in his career, that he wasn't a very good hitter. Hit 292 his rookie season with the Great Glove.
You think they're having fun?
Look at this. I got 50 texts saying that you're an idiot. Said that they're just crucifying you on television over there.
I love our fans. They have fun. Even when they go through the cosmic angst. Partner, he made me laugh.
He was staring into the void there for a moment or two.
It was the agony of defeat, no doubt.
And he's got the what is it, the 2 flaps down hat and everything, this guy.
Yeah, that's the first one. Then they came back with a 4 flaps down one.
What, in case you had some extra ears?
Yeah.
0-2 the count.
Well, it had to have its own identity.
And he struck him out. So Span really not picking up that breaking ball at all. So here comes Eduardo Nunez. A lot of people don't feel like Brad Hand is going to be a Padre much longer. They're in a rebuilding, trying to gather as much young talent as they can. I saw the Marlins traded David Phelps, a reliever who was not an all-star, and they got 4 young players for him, including 3 among the top 30 prospects in the Seattle Mariners system. That's in there, base hit to right field. Tomlinson will stop at second. Renfroe with a great arm gets it back in.
Well, and I think that's the approach you have to have against Brad Hand. He's got 4 good pitches, and you have to think the opposite way. Because when he comes at you with harsh, though, it's usually going to be on that outside corner. Tomlinson beats him that side, and now Nunez does the same thing.
Brandon Belt is the possible tying run for the Giants. Ball 1. Belt tonight has bunted and was thrown out by the pitcher. He has been called out on strikes and he has walked. As the catcher Torrens runs out to talk to Hand. Belt is still looking for his first hit since coming back after missing a couple of games with that sprained left wrist. He's 0 for 6 with 3 walks in the 3 games he's played. And he's the Giants' home run leader. The wind, by the way, is blowing out towards San Francisco Bay, according to the flags out there in deep right center. Blew it by him.
Just a challenge fastball and a 1-0 count. Belt was not looking for anything but what he got. This ballpark has played a little more to the favor of the hitter in this entire homestand. And we saw it tonight with the carry of the home run hit by Corey Spangenberg. A 2-run shot he hit in the 7th inning. All got some help.
Way out there near the 421. What a shot that was. On the outside corner. 1-2. Sam Dyson heads down to the bullpen. Almost as if Bruce Bochy to say to the hitter, I think you're going to do it.
Well, you got to be ready for it. And the way that Bruce Bochy plays his closer is that he pitches the 9th inning in a tie game or if the Giants are ahead.
1-2. 2 men on, 2 men out. He stays alive.
Good pitch. Good fight him off right there from Brandon Belt. That was a quality breaking ball. The snap on the breaking ball from hand is quick. Very explosive. And there's the break we're talking about, and he just did get enough extension out there to fight it off. Live to see another pitch and hope he hangs one.
And they pop up foul. Back out of play. Battle continues.
Pretty good breaking ball down around the knees. Keep fighting off the fuzz, hoping that he elevates one of those breaking balls where you can do some damage with it. And one thing about Belt, he can hit the ball just as far in a 2-strike count as he can in a 2-0 count.
Two on, 2 out. And the fastball, but it's too high. At 94 miles an hour, get a little extra on that one.
Yeah, that's exactly where he wanted to put that fastball. As you see Brandon Maurer, the closer for the Padres, heading down.
Both runners run well. Tomlinson at second, Nunez at first. And the rally lights come out here at AT&T. Too high again. You've got Buster Posey on deck. It's now a 3-2 count.
Well, I think that's exactly what Torres is going to come out. Torres is going to come out and remind Brad Hand, listen, we've got a 3-run lead here. You got to make him swing the bat. There'll be no walks.
And we have the lights on all around the ballpark now. There go the runners. Outside.
How about that at bat? That is a great at bat.
And he'll have to face Posey. The bases are loaded. Or will he face Posey? He's got Andy Green has his closer, a right-hander, Maurer up in the bullpen. Buster 2 for 4 with a double in his career and 2 walks against Hand. So the possible tying runs are on base and the rally lights stay out here. Buster, the day after his game-winning 2-run double. Ooh, got the high strike on that one.
Yeah, Buster Posey shaking his head. He didn't think that was a strike. Just kind of get it in, breaking ball right there. It was a little lazy. I think Buster thought this was high and outside. I don't blame him.
Tomlinson at third, Nunez at second, Belt at first. 2 down. Went right back to it again. Strike 2. Now Buster turns and says something to Doug Eddings.
Now you give up a strike to a questionable call on an at bat. I mean, you can say I can live with that, especially if it's the first one, but you give up 2 and you're not happy about it. That changes everything. Now it's an 0-2 count. And the one thing about Eddings is he was consistent with it.
Buster pulls that breaking ball foul. 0-2.
Well, and that's the one thing we always talk about pitchers that give up a home run and you have to forget about it and get back on the next pitch. Same thing about a pitch or a hitter that has a couple pitches called against him he didn't like. You've got to forget it. You still have a strike left.
One and 2.
Good pitch, great take, and not an easy one.
All 3 of the runners ready to go. Belt at first base is the possible tying run. In right field, but Renfroe, and the inning is over. So the Giants get them loaded, but still trail 5-2. For Giants pregame live before game 2 of this series, and we'll be back with you on NBC Bay Area and the Giants television network Friday, 1 week from tomorrow, July the 28th at 7 o'clock for the renewal of the hostilities, the Giants and the Dodgers from LA. Also NBC Sports Bay Area tomorrow night and Saturday and Sunday as well for the day games. Kyle Crick, and that's a foul ball off the bat of Eric Ibar. 5-2 the score. San Diego leading.
Ibar has had good at bats tonight. Had a good series in San Diego with the bat.
One and one the count, and back to the left side of the backstop. Ibar's had 2 hits tonight, and he's been a tough out against the Giants in these games since the All-Star break. 2 more hits in this one. Dodgers playing Atlanta tonight in LA on the out-of-town scoreboard, and Atlanta with a 6-3 lead in the last of the 9th inning. It's been really tough to beat the Dodgers lately. Nobody's done it in quite some time. Now 2-2. The Dodgers with an 11-game winning streak, and what are they, 33-4 in their last 37 games.
That's playing good baseball. Great baseball.
Crawford. 1 away.
Well,
Dwayne
Dwayne
Kuiper, well, he felt bad for that guy, huh?
Saw this kid, said, "Wow, this is great." Our partner, he's a good one. Yeah. And that guy experienced the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory in the same night. It's not every day you become a legend in San Francisco, and this guy just did.
And I have a feeling he read a lot of text messages of people getting on him. He gave Kuiper a little bit of a look, like, oh, now you're going to come and get on me personally, face to face.
Nice going smooth.
But maybe next time, wear your Kuiper jersey and bring a glove. And that's the upper deck. I didn't realize he was all the way up in the 3rd deck.
You know what's great about it? Everybody in the section, I mean, they're hip to what was going on. The jersey and dropping the ball.
97 miles an hour there from Crick.
Yep.
Now this may not just be a text to all of his friends. This may be posted to the world.
Oh yeah, this will be in the Chronicle tomorrow.
He may be going on Twitter and Facebook and who knows what all. Back to the screen. You get a lot more followers probably after tonight too.
Oh yeah. One more time. Kuiper sneaking up, telling everybody, okay, shh, don't tell them. Anybody sitting here? No. Really? No. That's the best. Yeah, he's a legend.
Torrens the hitter, and now it's 2-2. He had an infield hit his first time. He's 1 for 3. Spangenberg over at first. Belt on the bag with him. 5-2. The Padres lead the Giants, and we're in the 9th. That will reach well back out of play. Whoa.
Well, all you have to do is muff one, and if you have a Dwayne Kuiper jersey on, you're going to get a ball.
No,
not this time.
He can't get over it.
No, he won't.
I see this guy. He'll be starting to blog now.
They're joined at the hip.
He's out at first. Spangenberg called out by Las Diaz.
He wants the Padres to look at it. A little bit of a slip right there. Yeah, I couldn't see where there'd be much of an argument there. It was close.
Here you go.
And they're going to look at it.
So Diaz, who made the call, and the crew chief, Jeff Nelson, will get on the headphones to the headquarters there, the umpiring spot in Manhattan, in New York. And by the way, just behind the umpires there, you see Hector Sanchez. The pitcher's spot is due up after Torrens, who's at the plate now. So Hector is going to come in as a pinch hitter.
You couldn't tell at what point the contact point was made from that angle.
And the umpires in New York, they have our telecast, and they also have the telecast going back to San Diego that may have different angles. But they'll have to see something that shows absolutely that the call was wrong to change it.
Well, bottom line is Kyle Crick just showed the National League he's got a good move.
So Crick staying loose while the umpires in New York try to figure that out. And from our look there, it won't be easy, I think, to overturn it.
No, I mean, if that's the only look they have, I don't think there's enough there to overturn it. You just can't tell. But the point you make is there may be another couple of views that they have access to in New York that we haven't seen. They might make it a bit more definitive.
And as I understand, they have about at least 12 cameras from this game being fed into New York. From our telecast, the other team's telecast. And they don't have to depend on us to put up a replay. They can look at any one of those 12 cameras. And the famous one for me was in Game 7 of the World Series in 2014. The great diving play by Panic where he swept the ball from the ground to Crawford and then over to first. And Hosmer made a dive into first. They called him safe. The replay review overturned the call eventually. And the umpire, one of the umpires who was there in New York that night, the next spring, told Jeremy Affeldt, Barrett, the veteran umpire, and he said, you know, we couldn't overturn the call. The 21st camera that we had was a little mini camera in the ground right next to the bag that you only get for the postseason, and that one showed that he was not there yet. Well, there's the call, and he's out. And sometimes there's two different calls in that spot where he would be out. One is confirmed. In other words, we saw that the call was right. And the other one is the call stands, which means, well, we couldn't find anything exactly that totally convinced us that the call was wrong. So 2-0, nobody on. The pickoff for Crick. And that's a foul by Torrens. Mauer, the closer, getting ready in the San Diego bullpen meanwhile. Big, hard-throwing right-hander. The Giants have Crawford, Pence, and then the pitcher's spot due up. They still have Connor Gillespie available. That slider up, fouled out of play. The Giants also still have the rookie Miguel Gomez, who can bat left-handed. Two down, bases empty. And very high with that one.
I mean, this is Crick's inning. There's nobody in the Giants' pen right now.
Hit very softly And that is a fair. Oh, he said foul ball. Wow.
Well, that's why we're not the guys that are calling it fair or foul up here, because I agree with you. I thought that thing went over the bag. It's all it has to do is go over the bag. I mean, that is close. Doesn't have to land in fair territory. And how about Nunez? I mean, thinking I have no choice, I'm just going to let it go.
So hey, you had no play on the guy anyway, so let it go and hope it goes foul. And it did, apparently. And fouled again.
96-mile-an-hour fastball with great location. That's a quality pitch. You can see, looking at this guy's stuff, why the Giants thought so highly of him. They made him a high pick, first-round pick.
And that's a walk. It was the 11th pitch of the plate appearance on which he drew the walk. So he earned it. Crick just could not put him away. That game in LA is over, by the way. The Dodgers' 11-game winning streak was ended tonight by the Atlanta Braves as Hector Sanchez comes up to bat against his old team, which so far, since Hector has been a Padre, that's been bad news for the Giants. He's hitting .500 against the Giants with 4 homers in 16 at-bats. 8 hits, 16 at-bats, 4 of them home runs. We got 2 of the home runs, and they were backbreakers. Saturday night in San Diego, the game-ending home run, the walk-off, and then in the first inning on Sunday, a 3-run shot.
Well, he throws that 1-0 fastball right through him. From the left side, Hector Sanchez wants that ball down. And that's exactly what he got, and he swung right through it. So Crick wins round 1.
Back over the screen, out of play. He had those 2 homers against the Giants over the weekend in San Diego, and he homered in Colorado while they were there too. So he's got 3 home runs since the All-Star break already. Popped up, Posey coming over, and this one is into the dugout. The shortstop, Nunez, and he's the third baseman, but he was over at shortstop, so he had a long run. Never quite got into the picture on that one. That's the shift on.
There you see where Nunez is in the shortstop position, so it really was going to be Posey. But it didn't make a difference. It just was not enough foul ball to catch there. So they tried to elevate with the fastball a little too high. There's at one point where it looks so good you can't lay off, and there's that other. If you go up 2 inches higher than that, it's an easy take.
And again, Crick throwing a lot of pitches here. He's now thrown 31 pitches, and 23 of them in this inning. 11 of them just to Torrens. And that will go back out of play.
Another quality pitch at 97. So you talk about the numbers that Sanchez has against the Giants. It doesn't matter what batting practice he takes into the at-bat. I mean, he's at 218 as he steps into the batter box. It's how he feels against the Giants, and he is feeling like he is bulletproof. I mean, he takes close pitches. He's on everything. And he's not out front. He's got good balance in his swing. Completely relaxed in the box.
Hector Sanchez. Runner going, and that pop up to Brandon Bell. So Crick, he had to work and work and work, but he does prevail. Last chance for the Giants. Crawford, Pence, and then a pinch hitter, Mauer, coming in for the bullpen. And the actual throne from the hit TV series on HBO is here. Lexi Pence, Hunter's wife, dressed as a key character from the series.
Khaleesi.
And fans who had the special event packages tonight, they got the Hunter Pence bobblehead, and his bobblehead was sitting on that throne. And then people were able to pose for pictures sitting in the throne as well. Brandon Mauer in to pitch. The Giants need some base runners, down by 3. Brandon Crawford, who is 0 for 3, takes ball 1.
You see a healthy fastball from Mauer. He'll go mid to high 90s with a fastball, slider, and a changeup. Brandon Crawford taking a strike all the way. That's something you're told as you're leaving the bench too when you're down by 3. You need base runners. Last thing I'll tell you is take a strike.
Shallow center. Caesar. And it's an 0 for 4 night for Brandon Crawford. Now Pence. Pence, base hit to right field.
Had a slider, had a little hang right up there around the belt. Nice job of staying inside it, going to right. There you see the mistake with elevation. Pence all over it.
So this is Miguel Gomez pinch hitting for Kyle Crick. One rookie pinch hitting for another. Gorkys Hernandez is on deck.
That's a good swing. And when you look at young hitters come up that are switch hitters, and you look at what type of balance they have from both sides, what type of swing that they have. I mean, for the most part, you see guys from the left side like the ball lower, the guys from the right side like the ball higher. But it's not so with Gomez.
Left center field, plenty of room there for Caesar. And the Giants are down to their final out. Gorkis Hernandez will come up. Five to 2 Padres. 2 down, nobody on. Gorkis hit a double in the 6th inning against Chacin, which at that time was only the 2nd hit of the game for the Giants, and it started a 2-run rally that tied the game. And he's got a base hit to center. Now Tomlinson is due up in the 9th spot. They still have Connor Gillespie though, and this is a shot with 2 down where they may want the power to try and tie the game with 1 swing. And Tomlinson is going back to the dugout. But it's not Gillespie. It's going to be Nick Hundley. Interesting. Hundley has had only 3 at-bats against Bauer and has had 2 hits.
Well, there's your answer. He sees him well.
Gillespie 0 for 6 in his career against Bauer.
3 at-bats you wouldn't think is a big history on a guy, but look, 2 for 3. I mean, he sees the ball out of his hand. And you have to think too about Hundley. He's the kind of player. They'll ask him, do you see him? What type of hits were they? He'll tell you. Bullets. If they're swinging bunts, then it's a little different deal. But
yes,
got success. Stay with it.
All hits are not alike. I guess you could say to Connor Gillespie, you're 0 for 6, but do you see the ball well? Are you hitting bullets against him and into outs?
You know, they actually have that information. So an 0 for 6 today is not like it was 20 years ago.
So they can find out easily how well he's hit him. That ran off the inside.
But with a veteran, they'll tell you, I don't see him. I do see him. I mean, they'll always take that back no matter what. I mean, they'll go up there and try and be as professional as they can about their approach and at bat, but they'll flat out tell you, I don't see him well, or they do.
At the knees for a strike. Sam Dyson back down to the Giants bullpen, just in case there's a 10th inning. Hundley has 4 home runs this year. Former Padre broke into the big leagues with the Padres. And that dribbler is foul. 1 and 2 now.
When Hundley's hot, he hits a lot of balls to right field. Padres know this, and they're playing their outfield to pitch that gap in right center. They're thinking he's going to hit the ball that side of the field. They give him a line in left field. With Gorkis Hernandez speed, if Hundley hit a ball down the left field line, it'd be an easy score with 2 outs for Gorkis Hernandez.
Ooh, fastball fouled straight back, came in there at 98 miles an hour.
He was on it.
Strike 3 call, and Hundley did not think so. The ball game is over.
The high breaking ball has been a big factor in these last couple of innings. Think back on the 2 strikes that Brad Hand threw to Buster Posey that were called a strike, and here the pitch that ends it in the eye of Hundley that was too high, but Doug Eddings says that's it, game over.
So, well, That's how it ended for the Giants with 2 men on base. The Padres beat the Giants again. San Diego is now 7-3 against the Giants this year. 5-2 Padres, and we're going to have more from AT&T Park. Please stay with us. We'll return right after this.